When you think of brunch, you think of pancake houses or waffle houses. But this one spot in Chicago has people waiting hours in line to try their French toast. It's called Batter and Berries. Batter and Berries French toast flavors include blueberry, lemon, and caramel, along with weekly special flavors like peach cobbler, Oreo, and banana pudding.
So we decided to go with French toast because we felt like we could do a lot more different flavors, a lot different more varieties with the French toast than what you could probably do with a pancake or a waffle.
We stepped inside the kitchen with Chef Ken Polk, who showed us how he makes some of the signature flavors. All right, Chef, what are we going to start with today?
All right, so we're going to start off with our caramel toast. We use brioche bread. Nobody else gets this cut. It's strictly cut just for us from Toronto.
How do you make your French toast differently than other restaurants?
In this caramel one, we actually use real caramel. The caramel is actually in the batter. And then my spice mix goes in.
What maybe besides cinnamon is in that spice mix?
Then I would tell you the secret.
Can I guess nutmeg?
So the basics are cinnamon and nutmeg.
Okay.
After that, I can't tell you anything else.
What are we trying to taste?
So what you're going to taste is you're going to taste depth and vibrant. So it's going to go deep and it's going to be very, very bright. There are a lot of people who don't like French toast, but they love ours because the texture is so buttery. Most French toasts are very egg-based, so it's a lot more egg. Where ours is a lot more fat-based. People like fat. What makes this a little special, obviously, is the amount of caramel that we put in it. The different caramel that goes on the toast. We put a dulce de leche.
A lot of customers said that this one is their favorite. I'm gonna give it a go. So you can 100% taste the spice mix, but the best part of the caramel French toast is the crunch that comes from the caramelized pecans. And let me talk about the bread for a second. The bread here is brioche bread, and it's super light and super fluffy. I don't think I've had French toast this fluffy, but at the same time, so filling. It's not soggy like a lot of French toasts I've eaten in the past. It's really, really well done. If you're into like chocolate chip pancakes and you like that kind of route for your brunch, I would go with the caramel French toast. But the surprise choosing of the day was the lemon.
The lemon one's going to have a little bit of sumac in it, which most people don't know.
Usually I never imagined sumac would be in French toast.
It's a tart spice. So I decided to put sumac in because it goes really, really well with citrus things. It makes citrus things taste more citrusy. Lemon zest, we use lemon juice, we use lemon extract, we use a lot of lemon. And you need enough lemon to cut through all of the cream.
I don't know, I'm like not a fan of those like acidic French, like the tarty ones, but I'm excited to try yours to see if I like it.
Tell you what it's gonna taste like. You ever had lemon cream pie?
Yes.
It's almost gonna have the texture of a lemon curd almost.
Ah.
Right? And here's another trick for this one. It's turmeric.
Turmeric?
We don't use any artificial flavorings or whatever around here. So turmeric is a way for me to make the lemon look lemony.
The lemon look lemony, so it adds color.
So it adds color.
Okay.
It's when the heat hits this, it's gonna brighten up and get really bright.
You really got this through.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
borderline mad scientist. All right, the last thing this needs.
Yes, salt.
Salt. Now, I added in all the batters, believe it or not.
Wow. You just get hit with a punch of lemon. Lemon French toast for sure is something that I didn't expect to like, and I really like it. I think it has the most depth and flavor. The pecans with the lemon flavored French toast adds kind of like a smokiness to it. You don't need any sauce, you don't need any syrup. You can just eat this on its own.
On to the blueberries!
All right, now
I need to get another little...
I see all these spices already. Ginger, coriander,
What's up, X?
whole anise, and what's the last one?
Clove.
And these are all going into the blueberry batter.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never expected whole anise and coriander and ginger.
Believe it or not, to make the blueberries more blueberry. So the whole trick for me is to get things natural complement so that they pop more. And so the flavors of the blueberries can change from season to season, like we said, but we use them all year long. So what I try to add with the spices is a little consistency to kind of mellow out the acidity of the blueberries, the acidity and the sweetness of them, and I do that with spices. So the spice level kind of stays the same. When the blueberries go a little crazy, so it kind of evens it out. I'm adding lemon to the blueberry.
And why is that?
Tart.
Tart.
Secret, for lack of better words, to this batter.
The lemon?
The lemon.
Wow. It's like a punch of flavor. It's so tasty. I love that they put fresh berries on top because not only do you taste the blueberry in the batter and in the toast itself, but you get literally a burst of blueberry flavor in your mouth as soon as you take a bite. And the sauce is also really, really good. It pairs so well with the toast.
But Ken's favorite are the specials. With a new flavor every week, Batter and Berries has made over 200 variations.
I like the specials. They're whimsical, they're seasonal, and cultural. Like this week we're doing super donut. Last week we did lunchroom butter cookie. This is a Chicago Public Schools lunchroom favorite back when I was growing up. And so this is one of those back to school flavors.
It's the legit super donut. I wonder what he's gonna do with it. I have a feeling you're gonna crush it, put it in the batter.
Yep.
And add your spice mix and potentially a special ingredient that'll throw me off again.
So here's a trick for this one. It gets a hit of caramel. And whip it. Whip it good.
The last one we have today is the Super Donut French Toast. That tastes like fall. A very strong taste of cinnamon. It has a different texture than the others because in the batter, there's bits and pieces of donuts. So you actually taste a very strong sense of a donut as well.
Whatever flavor that is, it's in the bread. It's not just in the topping, it's not just in the butter, it's in the bread.
Since Batter and Berries opened, customers say the French toast is worth the wait.
I actually waited like an hour or two before on this food.
We thought there was going to be a waiting list today, but we looked up and there was really no waiting list. We heard, so I was like checking Yelp, trying to see if we can get on the waiting list.
This is a long drive for me, but I have to come here at least once a month.
I work in this neighborhood all the time. I noticed the lines and I just said, I gotta go check it out. I gotta go check out the food store.
Batter and Berries was founded by husband and wife Craig and Tanya Richardson in 2012 in Lincoln Park, a well-known hub for brunch spots in Chicago.
Obviously, we have our locals who live around Lincoln Park, but we also have a big following from the south side of Chicago, from the west side, all around the suburbs that are just here on a daily basis.
Because of its success, Batter and Berries has been featured on PBS and Chicago's Best. And in more recent days, the restaurant has been in the news as a must-try Black-owned restaurant in Chicago.
You know, we're a Black-owned restaurant in Lincoln Park, which is, not known for having a lot of Black-owned business. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, but it's also been very rewarding because a lot of folks will come here and feel inspired.
Craig and Tanya wanted to create a world-class breakfast and brunch restaurant that set itself apart and could attract people from not only Chicago, but surrounding states in the Midwest. And the way they sought to do that was to specialize in French toast.
I don't know if I expected it to happen, but my wife always knew it would happen. One day, we were eating breakfast, and she looked at me and she said, "Do you think you ever want to open a breakfast restaurant?" She always had that vision. She said people are going to be waiting an hour and a half, 2 hours to eat there. That vision came true.
I think I understand now why people wait an hour to come here because his French toast